And we're back to another edition of Insta Chat with the Journalist. And my guest today is a rising star. His name is Mogomotsi Chosen, a DJ slash producer, makes really dope music, dance music, of course. And yeah, man, it's the official last interview for the year 2020. Okay, this is the last interview for the year, and then we'll catch up with some more interviews next year. It's been a fruitful year, tough but very fruitful, and I'm just grateful. So yeah, man, thank you so much for always watching my video, supporting the journalistdj.com, which is a leading dance culture platform. And yeah, so next year we're gonna switch things up a bit, but yeah, I'll announce that in Jan, which is like next week. So yeah, shout out to Sika. I see you, brother. I'm just waiting for Mogomotsi Chosen to come and bless us with his presence so that we can get the interview on the way and get to know him better. You know what I mean? If you don't know what the journalistdj.com is about, it's a dance culture platform, and we're all about documenting house music in South Africa, like all genres, like even the subgenres like amapiano, gqom, dance, electronica, afro tech, afro soul, you name it. It's a big culture, and in South Africa we're like the biggest consumers of the movement. So every other day or so, I just have a chat with people in the industry. And yeah, man, like I said, my guest today is Mogomotsi Chosen, and we're just gonna be chatting to him. Yeah, because he's definitely like a rising star. His name will be up in the lights soon, and I like chatting to guys before they blow up. Yo, what's up, bro?
What it is, my bro?
Omanat.
I don't like answering like that. There's a lot going on with me. Sound good. What's up?
I know, good man. Ish, look, it's a very difficult time, especially for entertainers in South Africa right now. So, but we have to keep pushing. We have to keep pushing. But before I even get to that, man, just introduce yourself. Who is Mogomotsi Chosen?
Okay. For most of you who listen to soulful house music, or rather who listen to a lot of house music, you must have heard the name Mogomotsi Chosen somewhere. You know what I mean? Whether it be on the mixtapes or on the songs, or somewhere someone's playing the word Mogomotsi Chosen. So that's I'm a soulful house musician. I'm a vocalist, specifically I sing. I'm a producer. Um, I am the reason there was a song called Abantu Betu. I am, yeah, that's me, man. Kitana Korasti Elengore is in this industry. Ka force, a lot of people say people from this side don't make it, but then now I'm doing it.
Yeah, Rustenburg, the home of, is it Mafisa FM?
Yeah. Oh, wow, dog. You. Damn. Okay. Yeah. It's
No,
also the
no,
home
no.
of.
I mean, I know SA. I know my stations and all that. I've been to Rusty a
Wow.
few times. So tell me, how
Okay.
how how is the scene like in Rustenburg for a house music artist? How is the scene like that side?
I'm going to be as honest as possible, right? When we speak of Rustenburg, you're talking about a Joburg which is slightly behind. Do you understand? It's
Mm,
still catching up with a lot of the systems. It's not organized per se. You can't say hip hop is doing well. You can't say house is doing well. You can't say amapiano is doing well, because with the people here, it's more like whatever's doing well at that moment, they push it. You know what I mean? It's what they're vibing with. So in terms of house music, it's been big. Like here, we've been into this whole soulful house, deep house for a long time. those who know Rustenburg, those who used to party here in Rustenburg, they'll tell you, hey, Rustenburg is a big scene when it comes to house music, you know. But recently, there's a few changes depending on what's happening on the industry right now.
Okay. And I guess, you take it upon yourself to, put your city on the map and your province on the map. And, as you've said, if anybody follows house or deep house or, soulful house, they come across your name. So I want to know,
Yes.
like, with the project that you've done before, how would you define your sound?
My sound is soulful, man. My sound is anything that touches the heart. I'm inspired when I make music. I'm inspired by real life situations, and also I'm a spiritual person, right? So it almost comes across as a spiritual um, revelation to me to speak about something on the music. So my sound is soulful and spiritual, mainly in whichever genre that you put me in. I'm always going to be soulful. So my sound is your neo soulish type of vibe, but in a more African way because Naki value our languages, you know, and our culture. So I incorporate that in the music that I make in as much of a what's the word? What the new age wants as possible. Like as contemporary as it may be, I make sure that I incorporate our culture into it. You know what I mean? So that it identifies me as the person I am, being an African.
Okay.
Wamujwa.
That's dope because you always need to pay respect to your culture. So
Yeah.
I really, really like that answer. So obviously, you said earlier that, your work is out there, it's recognized. When did you realize, what was that moment for you when you realized that, you know what, people are actually vibing with your music, whether through your song being played in a car that's passing by or, on radio or whatever, when was that moment for you and which song was it?
To be quite honest with you, I don't know. Like, I don't really follow much of what my music is doing. I just see people calling me and they directly texting me. Some are like, some when I walk up to a store, they recognize me. And like today, I went to a store just to get a hat. And then I walk in and I've got the mask on and everything. But this dude, for some reason, he sees who I am and he says, "You are Mogomotsi Chosen." I'm like, yo, hey, wait a minute. How do you even know it's me? So I guess I'm that sort of person who doesn't really pay much attention to how the music, how much the music reaches people. But I will say this: in 2017, late 2017, there was a song that was that did its rounds on the mixtapes. You know, the house mixtapes that normally circulate in the cars and whatsoever. So I would hear it almost everywhere. So when I released the album in 2018 on my own, by the way, um, the minute I released it, I swear to you, over a million people were talking about that EP. I was like, what's going on? I'm like, I'm a new guy. I'm the new kid in this block, and already these people are, you know, responding in this way. So yeah, I would say maybe in 2018 towards last year. Last year there was a single called Abantu Betu. This was probably one of my biggest song ever, you know. So yeah, I'd say maybe last year.
Okay. So, what has been some of the valuable lessons that you've learned, you know, transitioning from being like, an up and coming guy, to having a song that, about to be to that like people know, people love, people recognize, and obviously he's getting, he's doing the rounds. What have been some of the lessons from, that success?
Listen, it's always a good thing to be humble at all times.
Mm,
Um, it's easy for a song to trend. It's easy for one of your projects to become the biggest thing. It just depends on how many people or on who heard the song. So it's very simple. But you must never tell yourself that you are it. You know what I mean? You must never tell yourself that it's all because of you, because this is something that we are appointed for. Music is not something that just anybody can do. You are appointed for it. So whenever you get something like that, like you get so much attention, always remember to remain humble and to remain in your position. Don't skapapa. Don't think now because your song is big, then it's everything. And also, it's a good thing to learn the business side of things, you know, especially when a song is trending, because that's where a lot of money is supposed to be made. But because you don't know much about the business, you're not gonna make money. O tlo ithola e le hore you're the famous guy o tsamayang ko kasi ka taxi. You know what I mean? Whereas the people who have your songs are there making a lot of money, but we're no stucky there. You know what I mean? Like, and you're that person. The next thing outside, you're crying or no, I was robbed by so and so. I was robbed by so and so. Only to find that you are the one who didn't pay note to the business side of the whole thing. You know what I mean? You were like so, you know, fascinated or consumed by the fame and the hype. So for me, hype, fame, I don't have time for that. I have a lot of time for business. You know what I mean? When you talk to me,
Sure.
you must make alliances with the business side of things. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah, man, you know, and I think this question that Sika is asking is a nice follow-up question. He wants to know, are you independent or are you signed?
Who's this? Sika.
Sika SA, yeah,
Oh,
he's a DJ also from Alex.
oh, okay. Nah, me, I'm an independent musician. I feel like in this day, like at this time and moment in the industry, it's very wise not to be signed. um, but I'm not saying people shouldn't be signed, but it's wise not to be signed because a lot of people sign their lives away and they don't even realize that they're signing their lives away. You need to walk the mile on your own first before you get help. So before somebody big tomorrow comes and says, and when I say big, I mean someone whose reach is further than the country, someone whose reach is everywhere in the country. If before they approach me and say, look, we love what you do, we want to work with you, um, I need to know what I am getting myself into. And the only way I can know that is if I walk the mile on my own, is if I do the whole business thing on my own. If I understand the registry process on my own, and if I understand the PR system on my own, the marketing on my own, if I understand the sales on my own, if I understand what I need basically to become a sustainable musician on my own, before somebody else comes and says, I will make you something like that. Because I feel like that's the time when most of us lose ourselves. When someone comes to you and says, I will make you a star, I will make you money, then you get lost into that and you're like, yo, I'm gonna put all my faith in this person. Only to find that the person is gonna make money with you and you are only gonna get a little bit of that money. Whereas it should have been you who's making more money alongside with this person. And that's not what I want. Now what I want is for me to understand the business and to have the right knowledge of what's happening with the business. Hence I'm on my own. Hence I'm not signed. I'm an independent, fully independent, but sometimes when I release I collaborate with labels uh and other businesses. You know, I collaborate with them because this is business. We need to work together in some form of way.
Mm. Okay, yo, man, I love that answer because you know it's true wisdom, and that's what we need today. That's what artists need today. You know, you need to
Yeah.
understand how the system works, and also, you know, just to add on to your answer, it's gonna be tough for someone to come and rip you off because you know. So someone might come to you and say, "Yeah, but you know, for example, PR costs so much," and you're like, "No, no, no, but I've done PR. You know, I understand how it works." What you're saying
Yeah,
doesn't make sense. You
exactly.
know what I mean? So if you do it yourself, then it's gonna be tough for someone to rip you off because you'll be like, no, 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 and also you'll understand the value that they bring you because a lot of these labels they say a lot of stuff, but they don't actually bring value. So I love your
Very
answer.
true.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then like we all know that like it's tough. 2020 is tough. No gigs. You know it's very tough for artists to make money. So when
Yes.
moving forward, what are your plans?
Wabana, honestly, we can't plan much, but we need to plan beyond the pandemic. The pandemic obviously has restarted a lot of things. It has caused, with regards to us artists, it has caused us to realize where we need to value ourselves and what we need to value about the industry. So many of us, excuse me, many of us didn't really pay note to the gigging process. We didn't realize that we're actually making quite a lot of money with gigging. Many of us didn't realize how important it is to also how do you say it? To collaborate the the social media aspect of our brands to the physical aspect of our brands. You know what I mean? We
Mm.
a lot of us didn't pay note to your Twitters, your Instagrams, your Facebooks, and so on. So my plan going forward is restructure. You know what I mean? Structure myself better and just add on the value of who I am and what I'm about. Because a lot of us are now making money through these channels, the social media platforms, and we're also growing brands through the same channels. I think for the sponsorships also, they are also paying attention to the social media platform. So I've learned to um, handle myself better when it comes to social media, to add a lot more so that in the next coming months, let's say maybe in the next coming 12 months, because my prediction is that next year is most like half of next year is most likely going to be like now. So in the coming months, I have to find other means of investment, you know, that make money without having to be in the music. You know what I mean? Because sometimes one of the problems we have as musicians is we only rely on the music, whereas we need to invest ourselves in other things also. Because if you look at the most successful musicians now, they are invested in other things. For example, the most successful, in my view, the most successful music leader, your Puff Daddy, for example, that guy is rich because of other things other than the music. His side businesses are doing money, are making him money, and that money he takes it and he invests it in the music. And as a result, he collaborates those two and he puts it together and it makes him more money continuously without having to actually fully rely only on the music. Yet he doesn't leave the music. So it teaches me also the same thing that okay, cool, I need to kind of find other ways of making money besides just on the music. Because look at now, most of us had money, but we were not invested in other things. So now it's a problem because that money is going out and it's not coming in. The money we were relying on, which is the gigs, is not coming in now. That's why every musician now is like, oh, we messed up right now. No, if you had invested in other things, it could have been better. Not to say the business was going to be good, but it could have been better. You would know, okay, now I'm going to focus on that. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, man, I hear you, bro. And then lastly, last question. Obviously you just said now that you're gonna, you're not gonna focus on music only, but when is the next single or project dropping from you?
Hmm. That's the question I've been waiting for. All right. Recently I released a song called Blomanam with Steam. That was a few weeks ago. I think on the 5th of December. So people can check it out. This whole year I've been releasing singles with various artists and stuff. I've been collaborating with a lot of people. So the next collaboration is with me and this other guitarist. He's the most amazing guitarist. His name is Zico. No, his name is Daish.
The
Daish.
age.
Yeah, you guys might know him from Alex. If you know, if Alex must know who Daish is. I collaborated with Daish on this song called Orifile Bopelo. It's a soulful house song. It was inspired by a fan who called and said, "Look, we lost a baby. Me and my girl, we lost the baby before she was born. The baby got tired and they passed away. And since then, we've never actually done anything. So could you please write me a song for me and my girl about this?" And exactly that's what I did. I took his story and then I put it on on the song. And as you hear the song, it's coming out soon. I'm not really at liberty to tell you when it's gonna come out. As you hear the song, you hear the story of this guy. It should be out somewhere around February or something like that. But look, I'm not gonna give out dates now. Then after that, I've been working on an album for the past 2 years. The last album I released was on 2018. So for the past 2 years, I've been working on an album. So the album is done. I featured a lot of crazy musicians. Your Decency, the guy who sang the what's the name of that song again? Oh yeah, I forgot the song, but yeah, Shumail, the guy who sang Shumail, I've got him also on the EP. I featured a lot of musicians, the likes of Fako. He's also a soulful house musician. Also, he's a singer. I featured a lot of people, man. There's a new kid called Mellow Sand. Also, I featured him on that. Yeah, and I'm working with a lot of people. Also, your love. I don't know how they pronounce it, but it's LAVH. They are the ones who made that Maleme song. Also, I'm working with them also. Then who else? Oh, and there's some music I'm working with Bushle on. Bushle, you guys know her from Mama. There's some music I'm working with her on. There's some music I'm working with China Music on. There's a lot of music. Hey, there's a lot of music. Honestly,
Hey,
there's a lot of music. It's a lot. It's just I can't say it all at once now, but yeah, it's a lot.
Okay, so you don't know when that project is dropping, eh?
Which project? My project.
The album, yeah.
My album is likely to drop somewhere mid next year, like around June, when the pandemic is kind of settled. Because I got so hey, this pandemic can't stop you, some bro.
No, I hear you, man. And then what's last question? What's the album called?
Yeah. Hey, don't say what I think, because when I've got these crazy fans, once they hear something, Babato eats it. When is it coming? Can I get it? Can I pre-order? But let me just tell you anyway. So I'm dabbling around names. There's the revolution of there's the revolution of what? There's the revolution of house, and that one was cancelled out because we all know there's a project that's been called that. And then there's what? Yo, I forgot the name. Children of Africa. Yes, Children of Africa. There's part 1 and then there's part 2. So you can say it's a double album because I made a lot of music on it.
Okay. Look, man, we can't wait for it to drop. And thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Blessings, man. Thank you so much for listening to me.
Yeah.
It means a lot.
Is there anything that I might have missed that you just want to announce?
Anything that you might have missed? Well, none that I can think of, but there's what's there? Who I know? Who have I worked with? I know. I'm not sure, but I just urge people to go out and do their research on me, and then they'll see. Just type Mogomotsi Chosen and see everything else and do your music research thing.
Okay. I know. Thank you, brother. And yeah, man, good luck for 2021.
Oh man, thank you so much, bro. Like, yo, the same for you, bro. And I hope this channel grows and it grows really big. I saw that it's got a lot of people that follow it, so I'm hoping it's gonna grow really big. Yo, it's hot here, yo.
All right, sharp.
Sharp cheetah.